Are you ready to expand in your body and in your mind? Are you ready to take in the information, to understand what you want and to become it? Are you ready to feel the fear and go with it? Take a deep breath and carry on. The discomfort of knowing that this is something you fear. This is something, it perhaps has been on your mind, or it perhaps is something that you have felt deep down inside that you wanted. And it wasn't a wanting of desperately wanting for this, but it was a heartfelt desire which lives in your heart, is just not passing through, but that's where it stays here. And for you to receive it, to receive this is a gift. But for you to finally get this on your plate, all you need to do is to take a deep breath and face the fear. Because it's a stretch of the unknown, of I do not know where I'm putting myself in. It could be somewhere completely different, and it most of the times is something very different, but it also could be something familiar, but you're not sure until you step out and you start walking that path. And I feel there are different ways of doing this, and perhaps I am not the one to tell you the path, because we know more how, and sometimes we don't even know how, but we know the soft spots, and we roughly know the doors that we need to open, but not the way to get there. So the nudges, that's all we can hope for. The nudges and the pockets of wisdom that we receive along the way by not knowing everything, and the contrast of knowing and not knowing. And to walk. And when you realized, okay, I have arrived here, But perhaps it's the time that you give yourself excuses. And you say, oh no, I actually didn't really want this. Because you can fear it. You can feel the fear. And when you start feeling, is when you put your foot on the accelerator and you go. It's interesting because I really wanted to go to this place, and sometimes if I am by myself and I want to go somewhere, it's usually okay. I usually have a good time by myself. But I wanted to go to a bar because I'm on holiday and I don't normally go to bars. So I looked at on the outside and I thought, oh my goodness, there's a lot of people in there, and I feel like I have walked the whole day and I feel pretty tired, and all I would want to do now is to sit down and have a drink and relax till I get to go back home. But I was nervous because that was a place I've never been before, a bar. And then I kept walking around to finally decide that I didn't want to go. And then I was like, hold on a minute. You do want to go. Why are you telling yourself that you don't want to go? So then I went in. And I feel that is the expanding moment when you face your fears. You acknowledge where you are at, and still you choose to do the hard thing. But sometimes we are going to acknowledge that we are fearful, and we are actually going to keep taking the same actions. But that's part of the journey. It's part of the way of getting to where we deeply desire. And there is going to be times where we feel the pressure to go, the inner pressure, and then we decide not to go. Because sometimes it feels like too much. And it's okay to stop ourselves and wanting to be perfect at all times. Sometimes we do need a little bit of rest. Especially if it's physical work that we are doing. It's a combination of awareness and in the body, physical. It's all deeply connected. Do not forget that you have the power to expand. Let's be sponges. let's soak up the most wonderful juices there are in this planet and go to the really uncomfortable places that we want to go. Uncomfortable, but great. Because good is where we are at. But where we want to go to is the great. And expanding is part of the process. I just saw something here. I think this is like an artwork, and here we go. Look, that's that expanded. Thank you so much for watching, and let's do this together. Let's expand and take over the world.